Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Colin Crawford.
Well, it looks like we've got a bit of a crowd this morning. It's good to see that there's just a little bit of excitement left in the Mac market. Good morning. I'm Colin Crawford. I'm the President and CEO of Mac Publishing. We're the publishers of Macworld and Mac Week. And on behalf of the sponsors, I'd like to welcome you all to San Francisco and to Macworld Expo 1998. Yeah, a year ago, I stated that the 7th of January 1997 would go down in history as opening another chapter of an epic company. Well, certainly one prediction I got correct. The welcome-backed framed first issue of Macworld presented to Stave Jobs proved to be even more prophetic than I imagined. It's been a year of tremendous transition for Apple and our industry. The Mac's second decade has proved to be far more challenging, even tumultuous, than we expected. And over the last year at Apple, we've seen sweeping changes, major staffing reorganization, product shifts, and a high level of uncertainty. However, even with the challenges of the last year, tremendous things have been accomplished. And it's important that we recognize and give credit to all the success stories. And at Macworld Expo this week, over half the exhibitors are showing exciting new cutting-edge products, particularly in the area of content creation and products that show tighter integration between the Mac and the Internet. And last night at the Eddies, the Macworld Editor's Choice Awards ceremony, we were able to honor the products and individuals who made a significant contribution to our industry. One of the winners was an individual who's made a significant impact on the Macintosh platform, whose vision, energy, and focus has reshaped the whole computer industry. He's not only a founder of Apple Computer, but as Apple's interim CEO, is once again responsible for the future direction of an American icon. He reworked the board of directors, forged a deal with Microsoft, and gave a sense of direction to what had lately become a rudderless enterprise. Now, Steve unfortunately wasn't able to attend the Macworld Award ceremony last night, but it didn't matter because I knew where to find him the next morning. So, as I have the honor of introducing Stave Jobs as the first keynote speaker at Macworld Expo, I thought that before we hear from him on Apple's plans for the year ahead, I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of the Macworld editors to present him with the Macworld World Class Impact Award for Leadership. I've got it right here. So please join with me in congratulating Stave Jobs and welcoming him to Macworld Expo 98.
Good morning. Thank you for allowing us to be here today. We've made a lot of progress in the last 6 months, and I'd like to give you some updates, tell you about some new stuff, and then we got some fun stuff to demo for you, if that's okay. So let's start off. We started thinking different about 6 months ago. And the first sign of that people could buy, we announced on November 10th, which was a very different chip, a very different store, and a very different factory. And I'd like to give you some updates on those things now. It was 51 days before the end of the quarter on November 10th when we announced those, 57 days ago today. And so I'd like to go through each one and tell you where we're at. First of all, for those of you who were not at November 10th, we introduced a very different chip. And of course that chip was the PowerPC G3. Developed by Motorola and IBM. The thing's a screamer. and it's just wonderful. Matter of fact, the PowerPC is in an incredibly sweet part of its life cycle now for the next few years, and the chips that are coming out, I think, are gonna toast Pentiums every step of the way. So when we look at the PowerPC G3 and we compare it against Intel's fastest processor class, the Pentium 2s, they're much faster on integer performance and on floating point. As a matter of fact, on integer they're 44% faster, and on floating point they're 15% faster. This is really good. And when you actually do real-world stuff, we took, I think, approximately 16 Photoshop tasks and ran through them one by one in an automated fashion in each of the machines. And so on a Pentium 266, Pentium 2 266, this thing took over 800 seconds. On a Pentium 2 300, it took over 700 seconds. And of course, on a G3 266, it took a little over 600 seconds. So this gives you a feeling for how fast these chips are. And we built 3 systems around these chips that could really deliver the performance of the raw chip. The first one was our desktop system, second was the mini tower, and the third was our G3 portable, which is, you know, twice as fast as the fastest Pentium portable you can buy. And so we also priced these things pretty aggressively. We still want to make a little bit of margin, but we really need to be matching the prices of the PC industry much more closely, and we've got that message. And the response has been phenomenal to these products. The review response has been great. I mean, everybody understands that these products are wickedly fast, and that's the primary message. Now, when we went into the quarter, we were forecasting that we would sell 80,000 of the combined G3 product line. And we were wrong. We were wrong. But the reaction was so great that we actually shipped over 130,000 of these machines. Now, what's really also great is that we did it in a matter of 51 days in the quarter. And that was due to a lot of work by the engineering teams to make this a rock-solid product that was incredibly easy to build, and by the operations team that worked very long hours to build these products, did a fantastic job, and to the sales teams. And everybody at Apple worked really hard to make this possible, including a lot of our partners outside Apple. Now, what's really neat is when you annualize this, that's a rate of 1 million computers a year. 1 million computers a year in our first 60 days. And that means that although it wasn't a third of our unit shipments in the last quarter, because we only shipped them for 51 days, at this rate, they've already climbed to over a third of our unit shipments in terms of an annualized rate. And I think you're going to see that continue to climb this coming quarter. So we could not be happier. I'm told that there were some problems with new product introductions from Apple in the past. And having been through a lot of new product intros myself, I can tell you that I have not seen anywhere that have been any smooth. This went really, really well. Which brings us to a very different story. We distribute our products in a lot of ways in large countries. We have national resellers. We have regional resellers like Fry's and Micro Center, and CompuWare is terrific. Distributors, Ingram Microwaves. We have about 3,000 VARs. We debuted the Apple Store on November 10th, and we sell direct to education. We have about 7,000 education accounts in North America. And this type of a system is paralleled in Asia and in Europe. Now, we have been doing a very significant tune-up to this distribution channel. We went out and shopped all of the channels, and we found that in some, they were great. And in many, the buying experience couldn't be worse. It was worse than your worst nightmare. And so we went out to a lot of these folks and said, we've got to clean up the buying experience here. And we had some partners say, this is awesome, and we had some partners say, well, we have other things to do. And so we've really focused on our channel. And I want to give you 2 updates here. The first is CompUSA. CompUSA said, we want to be partners with you guys. We were with Apple in the beginning, and we know you guys are coming back. So we put together a program with CompUSA to put an Apple store within a store in each of their 140, 150 locations in the US. And rather than waiting a year to plan this out in the typical Apple fashion so everything would be perfect, we said, let's just go. Everything's not going to be perfect at day one. Let's build these stores. Let's get them done as fast as we can. Everybody won't be trained on day one, but we have a very significant training program going on right now. Let's go. And we built 57 of these stores already, and the rest are going to be built by February. And let me give you a tour of one right now. We've got QuickTime VR over here, if we could switch over to that. And let me drive here. So here we are. Here's the parking lot, as you can see. So we can swing around from the parking lot, and let's just go on in there. Go right on in there. Boom. And here's the inside of the store. There's the Apple Store within the store in the corner, as you can see. And let me just turn around and take a look. There's the rest of the store right here. And there's the Apple Store. And as you can see it very easily. So let's just wander over there. And let's go on in. And there's the Apple Store within a store in CompUSA. Right here. And as you can see, there's some software right here. Of course, the brand advertising. We can walk on in. And here we are, and there's all these kiosks around the store. This one's for design and publishing. There's for education, etc. And again, we've just come in here for the store right here. There's the backs of the banners, as you can see. Here's some accessories here. You know, scanners, printers, all sorts of things like that. And every single system we make is displayed here. And you can see, as you can see up above, see all these boxes up there, all the Apple boxes. And you can see this wall of software right here. So let's go back and see the systems right now. Here's all the portables that we make. And you swing around, you can see here's the CPUs. And here is that wall of software. It's terrific, actually. Let's go ahead and just walk a little closer. You can see System 8 and a bunch of other software here. A bunch of boxes up there. Again, all of the branding. And that gives you an idea for the store. So, it looks really great. How's it working? In October, before any of these stores went live, our sales of CPUs, the ratio of Mac CPU sales to the total CompUSA CPU sales was 3%. We were 3% of their CPU sales. We got 57 stores installed. In those 57 stores, in the month of December, we were 14% of their CPU sales. And the rest of the stores will be in by the end of February, and we're just beginning. And this represents a tremendous opportunity for our software partners, software developers as well, to get their software back in these stores. We could not be happier with how this is going. Another thing we couldn't be happier about is the Apple Store. The Apple Store debuted on November 10th. As you know, we have a good, better, best paradigm in the store, and you can completely customize the products any way you want them. We have hundreds of configurations for our G3 products, as you see here. And of course, you can buy over the store and you can have stuff shipped to you. And what's really great about this is not only have we set a new standard out there for sophistication and simplicity for online commerce, but the Apple Store has become one of the top-selling e-commerce sites on the web in its first 30 days, and even beyond that, we are getting millions of hits a day, and people are using this as the ultimate online configurator to figure out what they want to buy, and then some are buying it on the store, and most are going back out to the dealers and the resellers out there to buy their products, which is great too. So we could not be happier about this. And build to order. Build to order was designed to give our customers a lot more choice. So they didn't have to buy what they didn't need, so they could configure their systems exactly as they wanted to. It was also designed to dramatically simplify inventory at the dealers, the distributors, and at Apple, and provide instant availability of new components and configurations, so we don't have to wait a few months to see these things slowly move through the channel to the end customer. And everybody told us Apple can never, ever execute.